Okay, welcome to another regular book review. Today under consideration is Showmanship for Magicians by Dariel Frizke. And I was not able to find any live footage of this person on YouTube. And Dariel also has two other books, Magic by Misdirection and The Trick Brain. And if you are interested in me kind of summarizing these two books, leave a comment below. So with this book, all of my book reviews are really about me telling you the gold that I got from these books, and that I think there's something in here to share. Sometimes there's a little bit, sometimes there's a lot. This is a very thin book, and so there is a correlation between stage magic and real magic. And I wanted to use this book as an opportunity to talk about it. So Dariel Frizke from reading this book, the sense I get from this guy is that he was a cranky old man, because he was looking around at show magicians in the 50s and he was saying, like, this is sloppy, this is uninspired, we need to have standards. And he was talking about the book is mainly concerned with different ways of directing an audience's attention and how you present yourself, the costume that you wear, and the improvisations that you do. And this has very much a lot to do with real magic. So let's talk about stage magic. Stage magic is about manipulating the awareness of an audience, and your awareness is where your power is. And so if a magician can get up and command the awareness of an audience and get them to have wonder and surprise, there is power there. A real magician is more concerned with controlling the magician's own attention and willpower, and actually surprising yourself with the things that you do to try and harvest and move this will and use it to make actual magic happen. A stage magician has to spend so much time working on subtle movements of the hand and practicing things over and over and feeling kind of goofy and nerdy while you're doing it. I have not spent much time practicing stage magician, card tricks, things like that, but I'm fascinated by how stage magic works. I've watched all those videos with the masked magician and how all these things are changed. I've watched actual stage magicians and been able to figure out what they're doing because the hand is quicker than the eye. One of my favorite videos to watch is Penn and Teller doing the cup and balls trick with clear cups. Go watch it if you're interested in stage magic, because you're watching it happen and you're seeing everything that happens, and yet you can't explain how it's happening. And that is what real magic is about. Real magicians have to study for a long time and look dorky and try all sorts of uncomfortable mental maneuvers to manipulate their own attention. And so the dedication and practice that is applied to stage magic can be turned into dedication and practice for real magic. I mean, do you want to impress that girl at the bar, or do you want to really do real magic? And if we think about real or stage magicians, David Blaine, I think, is someone who walks the line between real and stage magic, because he does all those tricks where they're like endurance tricks where he buries himself, or he used to do this, buried himself in ice. And really that is a focus of his own internal will to stay in a confined place, to endure the cold or the wet or whatever he's trying to do, the fear of heights. All of this stuff is the trick of the mind. He's doing something in his mind that you can't understand because you lack the discipline and you don't face your fear. And also, I think there are two paths for magicians in the Toltec teachings, which is really just everyone, it's everything. So in the Toltec tradition, there's the path of freedom and the path of high adventure. And the path of freedom is not manipulating anyone else, and the path of high adventure is manipulating other people. So even real magicians choose the path of high adventure, because it really is it just comes down. Real magic is about controlling and focusing the will and the attention. And whether you're holding cards in your hands, tarot cards, playing cards, whether you're holding an idea in your mind, it is all your focus and will. And if you didn't know, playing cards are actually older than the tarot cards. The playing cards that everyone uses for games used to be used for tarot, but then they came up with their own tarot cards. So the playing cards are actually more ancient, more pagan, more strange. So you need discipline in your body and mind, and you need to pick a path. And Dariel Frizke chose the path of stage magicianship. And it really, when we talk about costuming, so he talks about costumes. It doesn't matter whether you're real or a stage magician, your costume, your presentation, if you want to walk through this world as a Toltec warrior, or you're on the Queria path, or you've taken the path of France Bardin, there is still something about your appearance and your presentation. And the focus on real magic is always about disciplining the body, making sure that it's flexible and strong and it's not weak and collapsing. You can't do magic from your inner center of power, from your heart, if you're weak, if you're addicted, if you're constantly eating, constantly sleeping, constantly trying to escape your challenges. You're never going to find power in that way. And whether your challenge is learning a simple, subtle movement of your hand, or whether it's mastering a simple, subtle movement of your mind, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all just the focus of will and your focus and your power and your inner power. And stage magic is very flashy. It's very out there and in your face, right? It's subtle, but it's going so fast that it's tricking your mind. Well, real magic is actually very subtle, very quiet. A lot of times real magic doesn't look like anything at all. What is it? Marina Abramovich? There's an actual real high priestess witch out there. Her name's Marina Abramovich. She's a performance artist, but she says that what she does in public is magic, or is art, and what she does in public is magic. And she hangs out with baby Billy Gates, and she hangs out with the Lady Gaga, and she does things called spirit cooking. This is another woman who straddles the line between real and stage magicianship. She is actually a very powerful witch. I would never want to come across this woman in real life, but I know certain things about her life. I actually kind of admire the way she's lived her life in her performance art. Some of it's pretty freaky. It's close to what David Blaine talks about in his, what David Blaine's doing with his magic. It's very much similar. So Hollywood magic makes you stupid and steals your dreams. And the magic of dreams, movies, those are the dark magicians. We are surrounded by dark magicians, black Kabbalists, and tiny hat wizards. So I'm starting, most of what this channel is about is putting tools into your hands so that you can take control of your own focus and attention, so that you can spend hours practicing your emotional judo. Or if you wish, you could learn to do the cup and balls trick with clear balls and aluminum tinfoil balled up. So the point is that whatever it is that we master in life, whether it's karate, whether it's woodworking, whether it's stage magic, once you've mastered something, once you've put in your hours, you can apply these things to other areas of knowledge in your life. And that's why mastering something is a key. It is a key to freedom. It is a key to power, because mastering something takes time. Mastering something requires overcoming your inner resistance and your inner critic. And it requires you to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to figure this out so that you can, and then once you do that, once you've gotten over feeling goofy for learning something new. Hey, I'm new at YouTube and I'm trying to get over that goofiness of trying something new. So once you get over that, your embarrassment, once you've put in the hours, once you've felt awkward and pushed through it, and once you've gained knowledge, you can apply this knowledge to anything, any challenge in your life. I started my magical career on the Toltec path. And France Barden and Queria, I've looked into them. They are very similar. It all reduces down to will and power and controlling your emotion. You know, even a stage magician on stage is still fighting their emotion to shake or to mess up. They're trying to get into a flow state. Everyone should be trying to get into a flow state, because this is where magic happens. When things just go of their own accord, you stop trying to force it, you just practice, 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 and then you let it go. In the Toltec teachings, they talk about preparing for your battle and then abandoning yourself to the effort, the battle. Because everything you do can be reduced in some way to a battle between yourself and you, your lazy you and the motivated you, future you and past you. I've said this, oh, that's future Stephanie's problem. That's a battle. And so you can face it. And I'm just going to bring it back. I'm almost done here. We're at 11 minutes. But showmanship. Showmanship is not just when you're on stage. As a real magician, showmanship is going to happen whenever you're in front of anyone, in any casual situation. For me, if as a magician, if I'm in a situation with a person and I'm talking, what I try to do is immediately start stalking them, start trying to have a fun conversation. I'm not trying to provoke anybody. I'm usually trying to make people laugh, because that's how short girls survive. That's my number one magical trick. Make them laugh. Make them laugh. And while they're laughing, you can make your Irish goodbye. So your showmanship, when you're in front of anybody, how I go out in the world in public is a definite discipline strategy. I have a certain way I want to look out when I'm out in the world. I have a certain attitude. I am on stage. I'm on stage once I leave that door behind, once I'm in the presence of someone else. And so you have to think about how you're presenting yourself, how you're coming across. Do people harass you on the street? Do they ask you for money? Or if things are going wrong when you're walking down the street, you need to think about your presentation. Your presentation is not just your hair and your clothes. It is your posture. It is your in setting your intent. You know, I set my intent that no one's going to mess with me, that no one's going to knock me off my focus. And so that is what it is. Out there is your stage. And you can read this book and glean some nuggets about how to present yourself as a stage magician. And then you can think about that as how you would present yourself as a real magician. There's not much difference. All it matters is the skin over it. You're wearing a different costume. This is a costume. Everything you wear is a costume. You have to look at it that way. You have to detach yourself from the you that you are, so that you can create an image that you can project. And that projected image is where the magic happens. So I'm just going to read a quote here. Did I underline anything? The way to gain superlative individuality, which will please your audiences, is to make the difference superlative in the direction of a favorable audience reception. So whatever, if you're trying to be the goth magician, be the superlative goth magician. If you're trying to be the white witchy lady in the forest, the mists of Avalon coalescing, be that. Create that image, project it, and then use that to work your magic. It's the same here as it is in Queria. It's the same. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. There is only one life. There is only one spirit of man. There's only one Nehwal. So just think about these ideas not as set things, but these are building blocks. Take from here, take from there, take from everywhere. I take wisdom and knowledge from everywhere, even in books like this, even in books about fake magic. There's real magic to be had. The delivery of lines with interpretation, facial expression, gestures, and other accentuation in such manner that attention is directed to a specific end. That's what pointing is. And so when you're doing, like in Queria, you're doing a magic spell, you're opening the gates. The delivery of your lines, your facial expressions as you're doing this magic all by yourself in your room, your posture, your face, your costume, your inflection as you're saying the words, all has value, power, and meaning. You can say, I open up the east gates. Is there power in that? I open up the east gates. There's power and energy in that second one, where there is hesitation in the first. And whether you're going on stage, whether you're doing a magical working with other people, or whether you're by yourself, studying, practicing, doing your magic, whatever it is, card tricks, waving your magic wand around, think about it. Think about how you are doing everything. Because even if you're alone, you're still showing like the eye in the sky, the invisible sky daddy, whatever you want to think it is. Because there are power and forces